Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm hoping your week was well. You had a great week to come to see another Monday. Thank you for coming on. Um, Happy to see another week. Who we got it in the comments? Hello, everybody. Hey, TJ, thank you for coming on. Those now are in the replay. Don't forget to like and comment and share. And so, just we start off with just kind of seeing how everybody is doing on a Monday. Hey, Carnival Cruise Addict, Silas saying, "What's up, TJ? Hey, Liz, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Is Paul going to be on time? Yes, I was on time. I may not have been at 6 o'clock on the dot, but I still came before 6:01, so I was on time. I'm not always late, am I? I'm not always that late anyway. Hey, Shay, thank you for coming through. Thanks everybody for coming through. Don't forget, come on through and like we are. Just let everybody know that you are in the comments. We just want to start off with saying how everybody is doing. How was everybody's week? How was nice mug? Yes, but my Carnival Cruise Addicts mug behind me. So now he got a little something to sit in. So keep him warm during these winter months. And so thank you for sending me that. That was great, great gift, great surprise in the mail. And so I had a great week. I think it was a great week. Had some disappointing news. Though my a coworker of mine passed away. Literally, I was Sunday, and I got a text from the boss that one of our coworkers passed away, and all of us were kind of just bewildered. We were all like kind of like what's going on, what's happening. But life is too short, man. And she was young, and so it's just it was rough. I think it's rough for some people. We were just kind of shocked at the whole moment. Hey, Danny, thanks for coming in. Hope you had a great week. Thank you, Liz. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So and so yeah, so that's how it. But before that, my week was good. For those who are members, I am preparing for a trip. I am leaving tomorrow, and so for those people who are members and have memberships, I said specifically where I am going, and everybody else will know when it's time to release those videos. And so I'm excited. Um, Always last minute preparation. Not saying that I'm a last minute packer, but I like to kind of clean and keep things clean and things of that nature. And so therefore, those are the things that I have. But for the most part, I'm almost finished packing. And then I could just kind of like, but in the meantime, I'm still editing videos for those YouTubers who go on vacation. I'm sure some of you like to have stuff just kind of scheduled, and so especially if you have a routine of things coming out specific days of the week. And so I was busy trying to do that. Also today, I have one more. I recorded a members only video today, so that's going to be coming out next week. Monday, I'll be coming back from my vacation, so I will not be here next week Monday. Just letting everybody know. I'll try to put something in the community tab for everybody to remember that. So I will not be on next week Monday, but I will put out a members post. So I will have something for those members get to be saying, I know you miss my video so much, like when I don't post something, right? And so yeah, and so that'll be great. Um, awesome, have fun. Thank you so much, Danny. I appreciate that. Um, Sorry to hear about your coworker. Thank you, Shay. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're reeling from it, and the fact that one of the things that my boss did was allow us to stay home today because I think just to kind of like kind of grab our mind around the whole concept of it. And not only that, I think they wanted to clear out the desk, and so that whole process, clearing out the desk and things of that nature, I think they just said, you know what, was like, just stay home, today. And so that's what I did. Ooh, members only video. Yeah, I'm hoping those members. I know some people were gifted memberships. I'm hoping that people can stay on. I'm enjoying the members only videos. It's something different. It is kind of like, I wouldn't say lifestyle videos, but it is videos where I kind of bring you into my world in a certain point in terms of what I do. Sometimes outside of just work, outside of just going on cruises, just exploring and doing things around New York City. And so I've done that. Some tips sometimes, like if you come here, you should try this or what have you. So I think that I'm enjoying doing them actually. I mean, I don't consider it as like extra work or whatever. I just figure like, okay, I'm going to do this instead of me just going there. I'm just going to share my experience, and hopefully people like it, especially if it's with family. I feel like I feed off so much when I have a family with us. The energy, I'm just not talking to myself on in the camera, and so it's kind of great to feed off somebody. So I know Liz, you have that all the time, so you get to feed off of Chris all the time in your videos. That energy is something when you be able to feed off of somebody in those videos. So I'm glad. How's everybody else doing? I talked about what's going on with me, so I'm just trying to make sure that everybody is great. And then I missed doing last week. I just realized I missed doing the surveys. I forgot to talk about the surveys last week. So nobody reminded me. And so I forgot to talk about the surveys last week. So let's do the surveys. And so the survey from 2 weeks ago was, is your favorite Carnival cruise ship an older ship or newer? 54% said newer ships, 46 says older. And so it's all about preference, right? Some people love certain older class of ships. I know that Liz loves her Spirit class ships. And um and then but some people love the newer ships, right? Some people love the Carnival celebrations and the jubilees, and anticipating, excited about festival and carnival and all those big ships that's coming up. And so therefore it's really just preference. Like sometimes, to me, sometimes bigger ships can be overwhelming. I could just only imagine what's I've never been on Icon, but I just feel like it's just so huge that there's no way you could get everything done in a 7 days. Just no way. Even Celebration. I've been on Celebration, and it was just like every day. There's no way that you could sometimes get everything that you want to eat or what have you. Sometimes you may miss shows or what have you, because there's so much things that's going on at one time. And so I don't know if they're kind of saying, okay, well, come back again and just see the other things. And so I think, even to myself, like a nice size ship that kind of gives you, some good restaurants and options to eat, as well as great entertainment, a balance without having to necessarily be too huge. And so I'm going to see how it is. Eventually, I am going to go on one of these mass ships, and I'm going to see how it is in general. Um, we said older, haha. Yeah, you said older. You like older. My week is off to a good foot. I'm glad your week is off to a good foot. So, okay, so one of the things I wanted to do, okay, so what is coming up this week? Since I'm going on vacation, I have two videos that's coming up. So I am going to start a new series. It's not really many videos. I'm going to do Norwegian Joy. Norwegian Joy. I have two videos for Norwegian Joy. One of them is a room tour, and the other one is I don't know if you realize, there's a balcony. There is a barbecue restaurant on the ship, and I just had to try it out for myself. And so one thing funny that I had to tell you is that when I was in the restaurant, I was vlogging. I had my camera. The maitre d' just kept coming over to me, like she almost made me feel like I was kind of like, a restaurant critic from like the New York Times, or like I was there to give her like a Michelin star, and I was just, just eating the food, because she kept, even more than the waitress, she was like, is everything okay? Is everything all right? Is the food good? It's like, I don't, yeah, just because I have a camera, I'm not like I have a million subscribers on TikTok or something like that, and I'm getting ready to, like, crush the ratings of your restaurant. It was just really kind of crazy. Like, I was trying to talk, and then sometimes she would come over, and then the waitress would come and would be serving food. And it's like, with all of that treatment, like, you might as well have given me for free if you're just going to do all of that. But after a while, I was just like, okay, yes, it's fine, it's good. Even if something wasn't all the way the best, I didn't want to, like, yeah, this could have been better. I didn't want to, I didn't want to do that. You got special treatment. Yeah, I guess so. A little bit of special treatment. Um, I mean, that's how it is. I guess people see a camera, and then they just want to make sure they don't know who the person is, who the reviewing is, who I'm reviewing it for, what I'm using the footage for, and so that they just wanted to make sure that everything was okay. And so the title of today's program is Do you know cruise loyalty benefits? I think this is so important. One of the things I'm gonna let you know, one thing that I even had an issue with, and one of the things I had an issue with was um, one of the things I had an issue with was the fact that um, that I there was something that Carnival Cruise had where you could get $25 if you were a platinum diamond in the casino, right? And so I became platinum, and all of a sudden, I was at one of those parties, and somebody was like, "Oh yeah," they were talking about this $25, and so I was like, "What? I don't know about this $25." Oh yeah, this $25 that you can get if you are platinum, and they can give you $25 towards the casino. I was like, "What?" I've been coming on these ships as platinum and didn't realize that this was a benefit for me. And so if and I realized that a lot of people over time, if you are not careful, can do the same things. And then all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, then you will not have the benefit. And this has changed since, but that was a benefit that I could have had and I did not have. Oh yeah, they got rid of the 25. Yeah, they got rid of the 25, but then I was able to catch it at least for two cruises. And with me catching it for two cruises, I was able to have it. I think one cruise they gave me cash, and the other they just put it on my card. And so let's go over something, just kind of just try to see what we're talking about here. And so this is like Carnival um, cruise benefits here. So you see all of the programs that they have in general. And so basic benefits, members only offers, member newsletter. So everybody gets that. So when it comes to the different ones now, here we have it. And so pre-pandemic, right? One of the things that you have to know, pre-pandemic, a lot of these benefits they gave you, and they would put some things in your room. Post-pandemic, they never no longer give you those benefits. So if you're an individual that all of a sudden just goes on the ship, they're not going to send you a reminder. They're not going to say, come on and get your stuff. You will not get the benefit. And so I feel like if you're going into these loyalty programs, if you do not know your benefits, you will lose out on the things that you should be getting for free. And so therefore, when you get red, right, for Carnival, this complimentary 1.5 liter bottle of water, there is some in your room, but they will have a price tag on it. So for example, this used to be always in your room and you should be able to get it, and this will be what you would use. And it would be complimentary in your room. Now, according to Carnival, when the pandemic kind of was over and we started cruising again, one of the things that they said was we didn't want everybody going in your room, right? COVID is still not completely was over. We don't want everybody going in your room and delivering and all these different people going in and out of your room. So what you would have to do now is see it here, redeemable at any bar, restaurant, and stateroom. And so on your first day, you would have to redeem it. You would go and you bring your card, and then they would make sure that they put it on your card that you have your free bottle of water. They're not going to send you a reminder, and you're going to probably like, oh man, I didn't get my free bottle of water, because it's something that you have to know. This complimentary beverage on 5-day cruises now is redeemable at any venue. At one time, this was not like that. It was different. It was kind of like on your last day, for it was on like your last day or something of that nature. And so for gold, and so now is redeemable at any venue for the first transaction. And so the first transaction you had, but they messed that up for me. And so it was the first transaction that they had, and what happened was I had to go to their services. It's like, why are you charging me a soda, right? For this was not the first transaction. And like they mischarged me, and they had to reallocate my bill. And so when you don't know your benefits, these are the things that can happen. And then going forward, when you hit the platinum status, then you know that you have priority boarding, you have the VIP party. And so on Carnival, luckily they do send something for these parties in your room. And then you go forward and it gives you all of the treats, right? That you can get. If you want your pin, for example, a gold pin on every sailing, for example, you got to go to the photo gallery. They don't leave it in your room. You have to do something to get some of these benefits. VIP logo gift, for example, for platinum and diamond, the same thing, redeemable at the photo gallery. And so they're not going to tell you, they're not going to remind you. And so I just wonder, with all the people that have these type of benefits, how many people kind of lose out, by not knowing what they have. So what I would say is, as a tip, like for example, especially if you're going on a cruise line and maybe you've gone from one category to another category, or you haven't sailed a cruise line for a while, just go on their website, look at their website, and be like, okay, what is the benefits that I should be getting, and what could I do to get it? What do I need to do to get it? And so I think that is really important for you to do. And so let me go on to the next one. I'm going to try to do another one. Let's look at NCL. Now, NCL, I just became silver in NCL, right? And so, I went from one category to another. So I was like, okay, so what is the thing that I need to know? And so when we look at these, we say like, okay, I'm silver, right? So this is my category here. So key card recognition, okay, fine. This matches more or less what the bronze is. And so therefore, look at this, free artwork for attending art auctions. So if you love art auctions, just for attending, because you have these because you're in silver or bronze, all of them, you could get now a free artwork. Then look at the discounts and the free duty shops. Now, with these discounts, every time, I'm telling you, every time I go to a shop, if I'm buying something and they say that I have discounts on the cruise ships, I am saying, okay, this is my 15%, right? This is my 10%, right? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You'd be surprised how many times people just don't realize. I think it's probably not like an automatic when you get your card. I don't know if they have to put something in, but it's like I just wanted to verify. Here's your discounts on short. So I would get shore excursion discounts now. I would get discounts on photos, I would get onboard discounts on spas. Now look at this exclusive cocktail party, right? I have never heard anybody talk about an exclusive cocktail party, and it starts at the silver level. Never, I've been on Norwegian, never heard anybody talk about a exclusive cocktail party, nothing. And so this is where my benefits. So I was like, okay, what does three mean? Go down to three. For daytime and location, please come to the cruise next desk in the atrium by 9 p.m. on embarkation day or by 9 p.m. on the second day of the cruise for Pride of America. Spacing is limited and allocated on a first time, first served basis. So what does that mean? So that means that nobody's going to ask you. Nobody is going to give you the information that there's a potential cocktail party that you could go to. There's not, because spacing is limited, there's not going to be something in your room. And so therefore I was like, I've seen different people's videos on Norwegian. I've never seen anybody, maybe I haven't seen the right ones. I've never seen anybody talk about going to a cocktail party on Norwegian. And it's because it's not for everybody, because they have it across all those categories. And so what am I going to do when I go on the next Norwegian cruise ship? The same day that I can, and I know that that desk is open, I'm going there to check on and see what this cocktail party is about. It's so, like, you don't want to listen. We spend a lot of money for these cruise ships. If we are getting something for free, if we have benefits, we need to know what our benefits are when we are going on these cruise ships. Don't go on a cruise ship and you're like, oh, I didn't know, and you got off the cruise ship, 4, 5, 7 day cruise ships, and you could have did that. So the next time, I just became silver, next time I am going on there, I am going to. And there's also because I also a travel agent, because I did the training, there was some benefits that I didn't even realize I'd gotten also. And it's like, oh, what are these benefits? Like, I'm missing out. And because of some of these things, is like, they're not going to send a message in your stateroom. What they're going to do is you have to call and inquire for yourself about it. You're going to have to call guest services and say, listen, where's my chocolate covered strawberries? Like, where's this? This is supposed to be something I have. Okay, when can I have that delivered to my room? And let them know, okay, because this is my benefit, as a silver member. This is my benefit as whatever. And so because you do not want to leave a cruise ship and you left something on the table, how many people probably just didn't. It's one thing if you go to Carnival, for example, and you just didn't want the gift. Like, sometimes they keep on repeating the gift. But if you was not aware that you had to really make that transition and go get the bag, because you just kind of went into that new category as being a platinum, and you just got excited. Oh, I'm platinum now. And you realize, yeah, you're platinum, but you do realize you're entitled to certain things. It's not that just you're just going up in status. And so let me go through the comments. Liz, we always forget to get our free. How you forget? Listen. This is what I do. This is what I do. This is my tip. After I do my muster station, right, and get settled. Once I know, because they're not like a lot of these places that you have to go. I mean, the bars are open, so that'd probably be one of the quickest things. Once I get settled in my room, I maybe have something to eat. Then I'm like, okay, let me get my bottle of water. When the other things are open, let me get my pin. Let me get my platinum gift. So I'm just getting everything the first day. And that's what I do. And so I just knock it out the way. I just always get everything the first day that I can remember to get. Sig is here. Thanks for coming on. Great topic. Oh, thank you so much. TJ says I get my free water first day. First day I'm getting my free water. That's it. First day I'm getting my free water. Liz is saying hi to Sig. Hey Sig. Hey Dwayne, my friend is on here. Thanks for coming through. And so I implore you, know what your rights are when it comes to these loyalty benefits. Because as I said, post-pandemic, they changed the game. And if you don't know, you will leave off the ship. Let's go to another one, and then we're gonna go forward from here. Let's see another one. Okay, I did that one already. Let's see. Okay, so let's deal with Princess, right? And so we always get our gifts. Let me see. Liz says we always get our gifts from the photo gallery. It's our last C-Day ritual. Okay. Yeah, your bags and your pins and everything. Hey, Paul. Thanks, Yolo. Thanks for coming on. Hello, chat. Happy Monday. Sig is saying hi to everybody. Carnival saying hi to everybody. Okay, so let's look at a premium line now. And so I met Sig on this premium line, Princess. I met her on Sun Princess for the first time. It was great meeting her on that. And so this is the premium line. And so with some benefits, it's like, okay, it's kind of basic in the beginning stages. And so when it's basic in the beginning stages, you're probably like, all right, like whatever. Captain Circle launch savings, early access to new itineraries, provincial pricing offers, access to a Circle host on board. So it's basic, but after completing your first cruise, right? Then you go into Ruby, help desk, phone line, Princess Platinum vacation, protection upgrade. So therefore, so you could get the upgrade from their standard protection to their platinum protection for the same cost as the standard protection. That's what that means. With 100 cancellation benefits, double accident, and just explaining the insurance benefits. Now we go to platinum. So now if you do the all-inclusive packages, it's like, oh, what is this 50% off? But it would be 50% off like if you desire to get it on another phone, for example, to have like on two phones instead of just the one. So you get 50% off the Wi-Fi package, early access to dining reservations. Then you get the 10% off the Lotus Spa, and you get the 10% off the photo gallery, Platinum Elite Lounge. Now, right here, the Platinum and Elite Lounge. So now when you get to platinum status, so let me tell you about the Platinum and Elite Lounge if you don't know about it, if you've never been on Princess. So if you're not aware about it, right? Like I think one time, for example, my mom went on Princess with me. And one of the things Princess does for first-time cruisers, they will have something where they have a party for them. Really nice. And they will hire a party for first-time cruisers, just kind of welcoming them to Princess, and they'll leave it on your table. But after a certain time, right? If you're like bewildered, if you're not like they put so much paper sometimes on your desk, you're kind of like lost and you don't look at the stuff. You need to know what your benefits are. And so when you become platinum, there is a platinum and elite lounge. So every day, right, for the cruise, there is a set time and set space for individuals to be able to go to this lounge and have hors d'oeuvres, snacks, whatever it is, on top of the fact that they'll still have the party and they'll still have a platinum and elite party. They'll still have this lounge every day. If you're not aware of it, it's probably usually around 5 to 7, something of that nature. If you're not aware of it, this benefit would go, they're not going to keep reminding you about it. It's something that you have to know for yourself. And then when you know for yourself, then you know, like, oh, well, I wonder where that lounge is that, that I have that entitled for because I have these benefits. And when you get to elite status, right, then you get 10% in the shops, shore excursions, priority ship to shore, water shuttle, complimentary great wine tasting event, right? And so complimentary, you have to know that, okay, I get a complimentary wine tasting event, complimentary mini bar setup. Now that's going to be in your room. So if you're in the room and it's like, okay, where's my mini bar setup? Like, oh, okay, that's a mistake, right? So if they forgot to do it or what have you, you're supposed to have this for your benefits. Deluxe canopy selection on formal nights, complimentary afternoon tea in your stateroom, priority disembarkation, complimentary laundry services. And so therefore that now I am like elite status. I know that, okay, maybe I don't need to bring as much luggage, much clothes on as I need because what? I have complimentary laundry service, right? And so therefore I don't have to stress about it, bringing all these clothes on, extra clothes, because I know that I'll be able to just put my luggage, and then it's not, and they'll let you know if it's like, okay, you got 20 bags. Okay, this is too much. But you have to know these benefits. And so one of the things I like about Princess, if you can see it, is this one here. Princess Captain Circle double cruise credits. The exclusive occupancy fare is for solo guests occupying a stateroom alone and who paid the single traveler supplement. And so if you look at this thing, right? So the benefit of solo cruisers, even though you're paying double the price, right? By staying in a room, is that where it says completing your first cruise after completing 3 cruises or 30 cruise days, right? And so therefore where it says, right, if it doubled the amount of cruises. So you could be on 3 cruises, but really it will equal to 6 cruises as a solo cruiser, right? And so that would mean that you would automatically, after 3 cruises, be in platinum status, right? 3 cruises because you're doubled and because you're solo after completing equals 6. And then when I was on one cruise, sometimes they have specialties that they'll even double that. And so you have to know your benefits, man. You got to know your benefits. Let me see who's in the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. Hey, Lander C, thank you for coming through. Yolo saying hi. Liz is saying hi. Interesting, they do number of cruises or sea days. Yes. And so the reason why Princess does number of cruises or sea days is because the fact that it wouldn't be fair, for example, if you went on, because they do world cruises and they do segmented cruises as well, not only world cruises. So if you do, like, if it wouldn't be fair if you do these long cruises and then you're still not getting the credit, so so they do either or. And I think it's also to be able to benefit solo cruisers as well, because then I was able to get with a short amount of time, based upon the cruises I did, I was able to get platinum way before I was able to get in Carnival, right? You may be paying more, it's a premium line, but the fact that they identify the fact that you're paying more and they're willing to give you the status is really a great benefit. And so when I found that out, it's like, yes, you're getting something even though you're paying more, right? And so I think that was a great thing. Sale days. Hello there. Landis is saying hi. Danny saying hi. That's really great. They do that for solo cruisers. Exactly. I wish Carnival did something like that, because I'd probably be way higher, because there's probably only 2 cruises I've had somebody in the room with me that's Carnival. Every other Carnival ship I did solo. Not solo necessarily in the ship. I may have had somebody in another room, family, what have you, but in my room specifically, I was the only one in the room. And so therefore I wish that they could do something for, I mean, they're the same cruise brand, right? But they just don't do it. And so hopefully one day they will do it. And so, okay, let's do one more, and then we're gonna talk more about this stuff. And so I'm gonna do one more kind of like it is kind of like they consider it like premium. Virgin. Anybody been on Virgin? Virgin. Okay, so let's look at Virgin. So Virgin, so Virgin, for example, they do everything is all inclusive. It's an all inclusive cruise experience. Not in terms of liquor. They do have cruise tabs, and you can get a cruise tab, and then you could double it or what have you. Sometimes there's matching. Sometimes they give you like $300. So it really depends on the special. And so therefore, just become going on Virgin, right? After one completed voyage. These are just all givens anyway for everybody because this is what Virgin is about. 20 plus eateries, gratuities, essential Wi-Fi. So you get unlimited group workouts, essential drinks, entertainment. So all of these are staples in Virgin. So you get all of this, right? Just for stepping foot on Virgin. But then when it comes down here, it says exclusive cocktail event. And so therefore, this is something that you should be anticipating, right? If you know that once you get to the 3 to 4 range and you don't you kind of go high very quickly, right? Um, Once you get to the 3 to 4 cruise range, you should be looking for, hey, where's this exclusive cocktail event, right? If say for example you didn't get something in your room, right? Where's my exclusive cocktail event? And then over here, when it says deep blue and extras, you have the same thing. And then you have ultimate unlimited premium Wi-Fi. And so the one thing about Virgin, you don't necessarily have premium Wi-Fi, but you do get Wi-Fi, and you can upgrade your Wi-Fi if you decide to do it. So you get like standard Wi-Fi. I was on Virgin one time, and somebody asked me what type of Wi-Fi I had. I had the premium, and they said, "Is it good?" Because they wanted to kind of upgrade. And then here you go, complimentary laundry service. Do you think they're gonna one bad? Do you think they're gonna remind you of this? Once you get to this status of 3 to 4 sailings, make sure you know that okay, if you want to, you can get complimentary laundry. And then if you're higher 5 plus, then you can get 2 press items, one specialty cleaned, and one bag of laundry. Party boarding at embarkation, dedicated sailor services for 5 plus cruises. And so these are the things that if you do not know, right? As I said, I just say it as that you just leave something on the table, right? You will leave something on the table. I don't want. We spend all this money. We've always been, we go on a lot of cruises. Let's get our benefits, people. I just feel like we should get our benefits and everything that we should have. We should just get it. All right. So who we have. Let's see where I'm at. I would love to try Princess. Okay, love to try Princess. Anybody tried Princess? So let's. I don't want to be the only one to convince somebody to do Princess, but anybody has done Princess? In the comments that you could say what you thought about it. I like Princess personally. I've been on it more than once. I some people feel like Princess. See, we have to. I don't know where people get the misconceptions from, and so some people feel like certain ships are for older. And yes, some ships may be for older demographics primarily. Like if they do, for example, their analysis of the age groups and the age range of people on their cruise ships, they may have an older crowd, but it does not mean that it has a vast range of people in different age groups. I saw that on the Sun Princess. There was so many different people. There was a group cruise, group groups right on there. The Sun Princess, there was different age groups there. On the summer, you'll find young people there. It's like, and there's so much different types of entertainment, which I love. The production shows, they have their version of the Love and Marriage show. They have these different quirky game shows, the trivia, the casino. They have all that stuff, and I just like the experience. I really do. Their beds are super comfortable. I always love the rooms. Their ships are beautiful. They're always maintaining their ships, refurbishing it, painting it. Like, so, I feel like you should try it. And I always say, if you want to try something for the first time, try a short cruises. They do every once in a while have short cruises. You just have to look. They do every once in a while have like maybe a 4-day cruise. Maybe one of those cruises they're is just kind of off the mark because they're doing a cruise between longer itineraries, and so they'll offer like a short cruise. So try a short cruise, a 4-day, a 5-day cruise, and see what you think about it. But yeah, I know Sig has tried it. I'm not sure who else has tried solo cruises, but has tried Princess. But try it. Try it. I say don't. That's why I never say try like very long, because you don't want to be on this like, oh, I didn't really care for it. But if you like it, it's like, oh wow, I'll do this again. That kind of situation. I've been on older ships from them, and I've been on older ships. I've been on newer ships. I've never felt like um it was outdated. I feel like it was just classy, classic. It was I guess how they make their ships, it like stands the test of times. And so I never felt like it was outdated and what have you. Could some things, maybe the room configuration is, they could have probably, I'm sure when they refurbish, they'll do all that stuff again. But I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed older ships. I've enjoyed newer ships. Newer ships just has probably more restaurants. Some of the restaurants I can't get into anyway. They pack up so quickly, even on Sun Princess. So try it for yourself. That's all. I love that about RCL, double points for solos. Oh, that's great. Okay, so I've never been on RCL. So you're saying, YOLO, that they do double points also for solos, and I know that they also have solo cabins, right? And so I'm sure not on every ship, but that'd be so. I wonder if, like, if you're in a solo cabin, then do they give you double points as well, or you would only get regular because you're in a solo cabin? Because I mean, technically, solo cabins, even though it's a solo cabin, you're just spending less money. It is not necessarily that you're spending half of the money. You know what I'm saying? You're just spending less. So if for example, if interior room is 1,000, it's not like just because you're in a solo cabin you're going to pay 500. And so I was just curious about that. That's good to know that, because my first art royal is probably going to be I'm going single. So it's good to know that. Triple if you solo in a suite. I won't be in a suite, but it's good to know that if ever, anytime I do that. Whoa, okay, there go. Let's see, Landon sees learning or something. I am no, I'm a virgin. Okay, you never done virgin before. Um yeah, I know you love Carnival. That's why you're Carnival cruise addicts. I like Virgin though. I tried it the first time. I want to go back. Short cruise, boutique. I love the fact it's all inclusive. I love the fact that except for the drinks, but like the sodas, like all these different things, the specialty restaurants, they don't have a buffet, but they have like a food court. So I liked it. I liked the entertainment. I did like it. They have original shows, original music. So some of the Lido deck parties, for example, some people didn't like the fact that Carnival always have Lido deck parties where you have the cruise directors just kind of like, showing you the steps, and everybody's doing the electric slide and everything together. And so therefore they just kind of, with them, their staff and their dancers just go crazy in like the pool deck. They just dance their heads off. And it's kind of like, okay, we're dancing our heads off. Come on in the pool and do the same thing. And so it's not necessarily that they're just you know, not necessarily that they're just kind of coordinating everything. And so, not yet for Virgin. Okay. I'll be trying Princess soon, YOLO. I've only been in Royal and Carnival soon. So, YOLO, what princess ship are you looking to do? I'm curious. What princess ship are you looking to do? That I'm curious about that. One day we will try another cruise line, but now until the casinos offers run out. But will the casinos offers ever run out, Liz? Be honest. I think they're gonna keep coming, unless you decide to I'm gonna stop gambling altogether. I think they're gonna keep on coming, unless you're talking about like really great offers that the offers you can't pass up, those type of offers. Yes, here goes Sig. Yes, I enjoyed Princess, but I might be one of those old people they say the cruise line. Stop it. They're when people used to say that Sig, they used to be like, oh, it's like geriatric. They made me feel like it was just like people in wheelchairs and canes and all that stuff. It was just like and I don't know where they get that from. Like there's people um is there's wheelchairs on every ship though. Like there's canes and like baby walkers on you could find some of that on every ship, on a Norwegian ship. And so I didn't see that in abundance, where it was like over the top. And so I feel like they're just like, and so I feel like you can't go by people's comments. Like you just like people's perceptions. You can't go by people's perceptions, right, of what people say about it unless you go for it for yourself. And Sig, she was on, as I said, I met her on Sun Princess, and I think she enjoyed it. She vlogged about it. I vlogged about it. I met Raquel from MH Family Adventures. She vlogged about it, and was it everything perfect? I think some Raquel didn't like some specialty dining, but I enjoyed it. I've never think I've been on several princess ships right now, and I have two planned for this year, one for next year, and I just enjoyed it. I never had an issue. I think service wise, I've never had an issue. I never felt like the food was lacking, in terms of whether it's the buffet, the dining room. I just felt like it was a great experience. So yeah, so right, and I know I follow somebody. I met somebody on there for those people who like to go to the casino. I met somebody in there just like Liz that you like to go to casino and you get all these deals. He goes on Princess all the time. Why? Because he is in that casino and he gets these deals. He gets these crazy deals, and he's always selling Princess. And I think I forgot I know his name is Mark, but I just can't remember his channel. He's always selling Princess because he just gets these crazy deals from Princess, and they want him back, and he's just sailing all over the place. And so, if you can kind of like, it may take you a while to get up there, but figure consider switching. And maybe gets those cruise deals from another cruise line. And then be able to. And then I think Princess has so much more itineraries. They sail out of Puerto Rico. They sail so much itineraries out of Europe. Princess has more itineraries, especially than some of these other cruise lines like Carnival, things of that nature. So Liz is laughing with Cheryl, and then on the same boat. Same boat. Listen, you look great. Yeah. People always don't know what age Cheryl is. She's like, what? They're like, I've seen her videos. People are like, what? No, no, no. They're always shocked when she says it. So you should tell people, oh, I'm 40. I'm 40 again. Just say it. I'm 35. Oh, you look great. And so yeah, so I just think those are the benefits, and that we should. And so let's look into those. So homework, this is not school, but one of the great things to do, I think, is the fact that what we should do is like the next thing that you did, like as I said, the next Norwegian. When I saw that about the cocktail party, I don't know if anybody's heard about it. Sig, did you hear about the a cocktail party that you could go to on Norwegian? I've never heard anybody talk about it. I just happened to just look at my benefits again, and then go down the line and say, what? Okay. And I'm gonna vlog it. If I'm able to get it, I'm gonna vlog it. It's like, this is the cocktail party. Let's see what this is all about. The next time I go on a Norwegian cruise. So I want to see what it's about. It's limited. I don't know where it's gonna be. Like, is going to be some small space. And I should know it's limited because of the fact that they offer to all of the categories once you turn silver. So from silver all the way up. So it has to be like limited. And so I want to see it for myself. I may, if I can do that before reservations, restaurant reservations, so I don't double book myself. I think that would be a great thing for me to do. Um, so Liz understood free 99 will out 9.5 times out of 10. Oh, of course, yes. Whoever my Commodore will afford me, laugh aloud. Still working out timing early next year. Okay, okay, okay. For the princess, okay. And negotiations with the hubby on destination. Sig does look great. I'm eyeballing the South America. Wow. I've seen it. The itineraries are so long that unless I'm just not doing a lot of cruising in a year, wow. I've seen those itineraries. I just was like, wow. Is it leaving out of Argentina, your itinerary, or is it leaving out of Brazil? Um, yeah, somebody was going to Brazil, Uruguay, all these places I've never been. The only time I've been to South America was in, where is that? Colombia. I've been to Colombia. I'm part of the Panama Canal cruise. Saying thank you. We 50 plus gotta stick together. I don't have status at NCL, just one cruise with them. Oh, okay, you've been on one cruise with them. Okay. I'm surprised. I'm in that club now on the go with YOLO. Okay, the 50 plus club. Celebrity has happy hour for elite status in addition to special events. Okay, for elite status in addition. Okay, cool. Yeah, so know what your benefits are. Yes, Argentina, great. Wow, you should do that cruise. Is it 14 days or you should do that cruise, man. That's like I haven't even gotten over there. I'm still trying to get through the Caribbean, and I'm trying to start like Europe a little bit here and there. But I haven't even thought about like I've seen it, but I've never even thought about it. Wow. At some point, you have to look at quality over quantity. Yes. Okay. And so now because things change, so what I want to do is just remind myself, as I said, like I'm going to be going on different cruises, and then I was just like, okay, what do I get again? What can I get again? What am I getting again? Am I going into another category? Like for example, when Carnival decides to change, finally changes their VIFP program. Hopefully, they're not taking anything away from me, and maybe another category between what I am in and maybe Diamond or something, but hopefully they're not taking anything away. But it's good to see, like, okay, if you do add something, what do I get now? I wonder if they're gonna add back, like, for example, the $25, that they took away initially. Now to kind of like add it back as a perk, after they done took it away. So, those are the things that you need to know. Yes, Liz. It's 16 or 18, I think. Honestly, listen, we are just happy to be on any cruise. Just get us out in the middle of the ocean where we can escape the real world. Man, I'm telling you, I just sometimes I just be like, I just need a vacation. Sometimes you know what? Is anybody else like me? They after a while you can feel it. You may have come back from a cruise last month, and then it's like more than a month, right, before your next cruise, and you can literally like, man, like you just, you're going through your day to day work and all these things of that nature, and then it's like, man, I need to get away. Is anybody like that? And so when people say to me like, "Oh, you're always on the go," it's like, but now I kind of like feel it. The more like, especially if you have a lot of things going in your life. I always tell people, I know people like money is different. I know people, can't afford it sometimes, but I really feel like, even if you go away every 2 years, even if you go and just drive somewhere, right? And don't have to stay at the most luxury hotel and just drive somewhere, take a train, an Amtrak if you don't have a car, and just go somewhere, right? I just feel like just to get away. It just, I've gotten away to places sometimes, people, and like as soon as I gotten away, it was just like, You just breathe. I literally remember one time I was I don't know, I think I was just going through a lot of things, right? And going through a lot of things. I was just whatever. And I was bogged down with stuff. And I literally went to Florida, went to my sister's house. And as soon as I set foot in the house, just got away from New York, got away, just different atmosphere. It's like literally like I let out like a breath. It's like I just released, and it was just like tension. It's just like feel like just floating out my mind. I didn't go anywhere special. In that moment, I was just like in a different space, different. It's just like I could like think clearly now. Like you're just not around the things that you always are going to every time, right? So just gotta get away sometimes. Just do something. The one thing I always tell people about, and I had to say to a potential client the other day. One of the things I said to him was like, that if there's cruises, there could be cruises all the way now till 2027. Not every cruise line may have all of their itinerary, but there are cruises now till 2027. And if there's a cruise in 2027 and you say like, okay, I don't have the money, you could pay your deposit and slowly pay down your money till 2027. And so 2027 is like, yo, I'm finally going on a vacation. I'm finally getting out of here. I'm finally doing something, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. There's also all-inclusive like resorts. If you don't want to do a cruise, there's all-inclusive resorts that well, it wouldn't be probably 2027, but say for example 2026, later into 2026. And therefore, like you could put a deposit down depending on the resort, and then then you start saving up. And then when you get to the resort, for example, Rio's good for that. When you get to the resort, then you pay. But then what? You're already done saved up. You're ready to pay off that credit card bill as soon as it comes. And so I feel like life is too short. Enjoy life as best as you can, and just like go somewhere and travel and do something different that you never did before. We have 5 months in between our last cruise and our next one. Getting the shakes, getting the shakes. I already got the shakes. I need my fix. I already got. I already got the shakes. I already got it. And it was less than 5 months, and it was just like, when was it? What was the last one I did? February or March. March. It was February into March, right? And so February, it was the end of February into March was the last charter cruise I was on, and I was just like shakes all day, shakes. Like I'm ready to get out of here. I really yeah. Um, so it's been 2 weeks, and I can't stop thinking of my next getaway. Exactly 2 weeks. Then she came out with what do you call it? She came out with Prima. So I'm glad she went on Prima. I've been posting about Prima. It seemed like forever. And so but I'm glad that she went on Prima, and it looks like she liked it. So I saw some videos from her. And so that's good. So many ways to budget. Yes, exactly. So many ways to budget. And I feel like if you can't do it by yourself, one of the things is people say. And so I'm kind of glad that some cruise lines are starting to have solo cabins now. I'm hoping that when Carnival does these new ships, that they will have. I haven't seen it in the specs. I didn't read anything about them trying to include it, so I'm hoping that they surprise us and do some solo cabins. But one of the things some people say, like, I don't really have nobody to go with, and things of that nature. Some people don't want to go there by themselves. I mean, so I think if you get over that hump of needing somebody to go over, I think I had talked about that before. I'm a solo traveler. Sig is a solo traveler. And so she enjoys herself. I mean, people. I enjoy myself. Was it kind of weird? Maybe the first time I did like a first solo cruise, the first time I did a first all inclusive, it was different not having somebody around. But after a while, it's like, oh, you get to know how to like, just be in the moment, enjoy the entertainment, just relax. You don't feel funny like eating at a table by yourself. It's like, yo, I'm here by myself. And I think, to be honest with you, I think sometimes having the camera in front of you is almost like your friend. I don't know if anybody's ever thought about it like that, especially if you're solo. I think having a camera in front of you is almost like you're talking to the camera or what have you, or you're taking pictures or you're recording. It's almost like, oh, okay, like I have a companion, and it's like it's not like you're with somebody, but it's almost like, well, this footage is gonna go out into the world, and as this footage is going out into the world, like I don't feel as like really lonely. I'm like at the table just like eating, you know, but I'm engaging with my potential audience in the long run. And so I like that. You know, I waxed on last month for the first time in 3 months. I have 48 days until my next cruise. 48 days. We are just, and so, you know, and then isn't it something that like Carnival especially has the app where it like gives you the countdown, you know, Norwegian that you go on there. I mean, I think I've seen other apps. Nobody's app is as bold, I think, as Carnival when it comes to how many days you have left. You know, some other apps like Norwegian is like all tiny. You know, 5 days left, 4 days left. Carnival's like it's in your face. That Hub app is like boom, like 2 days left, 1 day left. Like yeah, you know, you could share it with your friends, share it on social media, like anticipation. It's great. Yola, my first solo cruise was Wonder of the Seas inaugural. So it's nice to have mommy time. Okay, yeah. Sometimes it's good to have time. Okay, so oh my gosh, it's almost an hour. And so I hope you enjoyed this. Share this. We talked a lot about a lot of things, but before we go, what is the segment that we always talk about? In case you missed it, we use Shipmate to track our countdown in cruises. Oh, I never did that for the countdown. In the cruises, yes, but I never did that for the countdown. Okay, so okay, in case we missed it, so what is it that you put out for the last week? We may have just missed it. We didn't see it. We got caught up in life, and we did not get a chance to see your video. We are on here. We want to support each other and in this journey with YouTube. So let us know in the comments what is your last video that you put out there either last week, maybe even today or this week. And so what was my last videos? My last videos, I was trying to round up Carnival Magic. And so in trying to round up Carnival Magic, I did a ship tour, and I also did what I did last time. I did the steakhouse. So I did the steakhouse. I did a ship tour, and I know I did Cucina, but I think it was in. I think those were the last two or three I know. And so therefore yeah. So those are the videos I round up Carnival Magic. That was on a charter cruise, and so I didn't do as much vlogging because it was a charter cruise, and even this cruise I did these videos that's coming up this week was another charter cruise. That charter cruise was dealing with travel agent, and so I didn't do as much vlogging, but I did do at least the reviews that I did. And so let us know what you have. So YOLO has a video out lately. Cool. Let's go on the go with YOLO. Has a last video. Check it out, fam. Land and Sea. Who else? I did a little video on my breakfast at the local prior. Let me see where we at. I'm still on Liz. So this is the link YOLO's last video on the go with YOLO, right? Land and Sea has a video that she recently put out. She did a little video on my breakfast at the local. Prior was a quick look at Prima. I saw the quick look at Prima. I don't think I did the one really at the local yet. And so quick look at Prima. Okay, that's cool. And the I like the local. I like the indulge food hall better than the local. But it's so crazy sometimes to get seats over there. Shay last video. Come on, Shay. Shay's adventure has her last video. Cheryl's last video. I think I saw Cheryl's last video. She's dealing with the Explorer. She's making me so jealous about this Explorer. I've never done Explorer before. I've never really heard about it before Sig even did it. So that's amazing. Thank you. Saying thank you to Liz. This is Cheryl's last video. Okay. My last video. Okay. Hey Edna, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. We just saying we just talking about in case we missed it. What was your last video? Book it, Paul. Ah, Explorer. I'm so tempted. I have to switch things around I have to really look at it. Whew. Shay's saying hi to Edna. Yolo saying hi to Edna. Yeah, what was your last video, Edna? And so we're just trying to do, like, in case you missed it, before we get off the air, just to see, like, maybe we missed somebody's last video, so we can just kind of go and support everybody in this YouTube world, YouTube streets. And so before you get off, don't forget to like if you haven't before, share it with some people. We talked about, I thought it was a good topic tonight, and so share it with some people so that they could also be able to um they'll be able to also learn this information that we are talking about. Everybody's just saying hi. Stig left. And this last video, I posted a video this morning, a vlog from this weekend. Okay, that's great. Okay, Ed, I gotta go see that. Oh, good. So we got some people's videos to see and check out. So thank you so much for coming on. This has been an hour. Thank you for those who came and had to go. And so therefore, once again, I will not be here next week. I will be traveling back home. So until next time, as I always say, happy travels. Thank you for coming through. Have a great week. See you in 2 weeks. I'll still be posting, so look out for those videos. I'll be posting I'll still be posting Wednesday, Friday, Mondays for members, but I'll still be posting. Thank you so much, Liz. Until next time, we will talk and have a great week.